On New Day Northwest, we are honored to introduce you to famous chefs from across the Pacific Northwest and, quite frankly, the world. But inside this building, we have a few celebrity chefs of our own. And we're going to be spending the next hour cooking with your King 5 family. New Day starts now.
It's a new day. It's a new day.
Now, from the Virginia Mason Franciscan Health Studio at King 5, this is New Day Northwest with Amity and Tracy.
Good morning and welcome to this very special episode of New Day Northwest. Thank you, Joseph.
You're welcome.
We are going to be cooking all hour long with several of our King 5 family members. But right now, I am starting things off in a space that you actually never see on our show, but it is super important. It is our backstage prep kitchen, and this is where all of the chefs that come on our show prepare for their cooking segments. And back here with me is executive producer Joseph Suttner.
Hello.
Y'all know him. And he found something that gave us a little inspiration. What did you find, my friend?
This is a cookbook that King 5 made in about 1990. It features recipes from several of the people who worked at King back then. And also, Rich Marriott and Joyce Taylor were featured in this back then, and they're also going to be featured on this hour.
It's so cool.
Isn't that cool?
Check this out. And my favorite is it's brought to you by Best Foods Mayonnaise.
And
okay.
guess what? There's a lot of mayonnaise in this book.
Including what you made for us today.
So I was looking through Barry Judge's. He did the 5 and 11 p.m. back then.
Mm-hmm.
His shrimp mousse really caught all of our attention because of just some of the outlandish ingredients in it. It's a lot of mayonnaise and
Shrimp mousse.
And I think we're going to give it a try right now because I made it for you last night.
Thank you.
Lucky you.
So much, my friend, for making this. Okay.
Yeah, that could be a fun, party dish. Seafoody, tomato soup, cream cheese, mayonnaise kind of situation.
Oh, actually not bad.
Yeah.
I asked earlier, I'm like, can I spit it out if it's gross?
I said no.
All right, thank you. I'm going to leave you here with this shrimp mousse,
Lucky
and
me.
I am off to greet my next guest. And now I am here in our studio kitchen, and I am so excited to spend a whole hour cooking with our King 5 family. And speaking of family, this lady comes to mind. King 5 news anchor Joyce Taylor. She's in the kitchen with her twin sister Janice.
Nice to meet
who
you.
I am meeting today for the first time. It is a pleasure.
Finally.
Your sister has been an incredible support to me for many, many years. I'm so grateful to you. You kept me sane.
That's Joyce.
We survived the mornings together.
I know.
Oh my goodness.
That's another show.
That's another show. But I want to talk about you two, your sisters, your twins.
Yep.
Who's older, by the way?
Me, 6 minutes. Never lets me forget it. Might be 6.5.
Oh my gosh, what was it like? Look at you guys, you're so cute.
Do you know which one's which?
Okay, wait, no, I do, you're up top. No? No, yeah, okay, I can't, no, I can't even tell.
I'm on the right.
You're on the right, okay.
She was always the cuter baby.
Oh.
Everyone tells me that. She was
I'm
the
the
cute
one
baby.
that's like chubby.
Oh
She's
my
so
goodness.
cute.
What was it like growing up together?
See the chubby one?
It was fun. When you're a twin, you don't know any different.
Right.
Right.
So we were in the same crib, then we were in the same bedroom, and then
And we shared
when
a
got to
room
this
all
age
the way
and we
to
s-
high school.
Right.
Yeah.
And then we stopped dressing alike when we figured out we were dressing alike.
Oh, look at you two.
I know.
Oh my God. Look how see how different we look now.
How wild my hair is.
I heard you also didn't want to be in the same dorm room. The same dorm room.
No.
I was the party girl.
Party girl.
She was the studious
I
one.
had to study. School's
That's
hard
our
for
dog,
me.
Jomo. He's so cute. We loved him, our sitter. Always had a
Oh,
dog.
and now you're still great
my
friends.
Yes.
Yes, best.
I was so glad to move home after being in California for so long.
I remember hearing that.
So it was great to move back home so I could spend more time with her.
In fact, we sent a letter to each other once only, and we received each other's letters on the same day. It's the last time we ever wrote to each other.
Oh
Yes.
my gosh.
How weird is that? Like, I was in North Carolina, and we were like way
Yes.
far apart across the country.
We received
Wow.
Like,
It's
that's just so weird.
It's sister
Yeah.
ESP. I love that. All right. Well, what we're making is very, very special to you. This is your grandmother's pound cake recipe?
Which she didn't give up till 1993.
1993. She wouldn't give it to you?
No, would not give it to anyone. So I finally had her write, wrote it down, and you can see the date at the top. I think it says 1993.
It says, yeah, it does.
She already had a great grandson by then.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I was married, and she finally revealed the pound
gave
cake
it up.
recipe.
All right. Well, it looks like it's very special. We've already gotten some things started. I understand that part of the recipe that's important is to whip the egg whites, right?
First,
Okay, so these are already done, and then we've already creamed the butter and the sugar.
butter and a lot of sugar, 2.5 cups of sugar.
Okay, all right.
So we've already done that.
Yeah, okay.
Then you actually add the egg whites, egg
Okay.
yolks, I'm sorry.
Egg yolks, the whole
one at a
thing, all
time,
right,
but
okay.
for the sake of time, we're just going to pour them
Just
on.
pour them all in.
Pour them all in.
All right.
And then you whip these up
Okay. And that gets.
so they're all blended.
Okay.
And then throw in some vanilla.
Do you have a special vanilla you like? Just a good
I like
one.
real vanilla.
You want real? I can smell
organic
it.
vanilla, but
I can
not,
smell it from here.
My
That
mom,
smells
of
so
course, we
good.
all grew up with imitation,
Real
right?
vanilla.
Yeah.
The better your ingredients, the better.
And then you're going to alternate flour, 3.5 cups,
Okay.
and real cream. whipping
Real cream.
And so you would just alternate, right?
Okay.
And then you'd blend that.
Look at you eyeballing it. You get it. Get it, little blender.
So let's just
Okay.
pretend we put all the flour in.
All right.
It makes usually a big mess, but normally you would alternate.
I like how you're trying to be so nice. You can make a mess out of my kitchen anytime, Joyce.
And then you pour this in, dun, 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 right?
Okay. But look at that. It's coming together so fluffy.
And you beat this about 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay.
But-
About 10 minutes.
But we're not going to do that today. But let's pretend we beat it for 10
The first
minutes.
time I did this, I had a hand mixer, and I'm like, oh my God, I can't make that for 10 minutes. And I left the hand mixer
don't know
in
how to work
and
a
went to
mixer.
the store
Is it
and
locked?
had to go
Oh,
buy
there
a
we go.
mixer.
You did not. You literally
Really,
left it
honey.
there. I went and bought a mixer. I
Yes.
love that. Well, hey.
Then we're going to fold that in there.
Oh, fold this in here. Okay.
This is the key to a really good pancake.
This is the key, the egg whites.
Can we pretend?
Yeah,
so
just
you
pretend.
fold this in.
Okay.
And mix it till it's just barely, barely mixed in. Yep. Like that.
And then, so how many egg whites is that?
It's all the egg whites that you separated from the beginning, so 6 eggs.
8, 6. Okay, okay,
And this
got
is
it.
what makes it light and fluffy.
Look
and
at
then you
that.
Just put it, doesn't that look yummy?
This is a very special recipe, right? It reminds you of your grandmother.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Absolutely.
What was she like?
Grandma, she was,
I mean, she didn't give up the recipe till
No.
93,
Tough
so
lady.
she
Tough.
was stubborn.
She's a tough lady.
I mean, we used to have to stand next to her and watch her make this in order for us to know how to make it, because she would never just, hey, here's the recipe card, or for Christmas,
Yeah.
hey, here are some of my recipes.
So you're over here just like taking notes?
Right.
That's why all of her recipes are in our handwriting.
Yes.
Because she would never write them down.
Never.
And we would have to watch her cook gumbo or pound cake or sweet potato pie and then write it down.
Like,
and
slow down, Grandma.
Slow
Wait,
down.
I
And
didn't
you
get it.
actually made her sweet potato pie with me once before, and we shared it with everyone. How would she feel now that we're sharing these recipes with everyone?
She would.
She
like
might
it.
turn over in
I don't
her
know, she
grave.
would like it. But family recipes to me are to share them.
Yes.
If you, and family's about being around food and conversation and holidays for us.
Okay.
And so
And
I
my
love
husband
that.
loves like sweet potato pie. He loved that.
I
recipe.
love sweet potato pie. So, okay, let's say this would all got mixed in.
Yeah.
Okay, how long do you leave it in the oven for?
So I bake, it says about an hour and a half, but it depends on your oven and elevation. Sometimes it takes mine 2 hours to bake, but an hour and a half, 350, 375.
I'm ready for some.
So this is a legit pound cake.
Okay.
Just
So as you're
FYI.
cutting this, I noticed we have two. If you've noticed, we have 2 pound cakes on set right now because one is Janice's and one is Joyce's. And Janice has a little bit of a difference to her recipe. I'm going to get the
huge
secret out
difference,
right now.
Because it's really not a pound
7
cake.
Up. Joyce.
Not a pound
come you
cake.
don't-
No, to me, a real pound cake does not have 7-Up in it.
How did you come up with this?
I was making a pound cake, like I told you. And then my husband said, well, hey, why don't you make a 7-Up cake? I'm like, 7-Up cake? What's a 7-Up cake?
Exactly.
So I got the recipe, and from then on, all I've ever made are 7-Up cakes. I have never made my grandma's pound cake.
Can you believe that?
Ever.
What?
Again.
But you use it's everything and the 7 Up. So you started this.
Yes, I
This
did.
is that is your fault.
And it's not a pound cake.
This is not.
This is much easier to make than that.
Have you had Joyce's pound cake?
Absolutely.
And which one do you like better?
The 7-Up cake.
Ooh, he didn't even.
I love you, baby. I love you. Love you, baby, but
In my household, we only
Okay.
make my grandma's pound cake.
I'm gonna try it right now. This is so yummy looking. Oh, look
and-
at that. Look at y'all.
Grandma would take it out of the oven
Yeah.
and cut it and put more butter on it. Like we would eat it hot with more butter.
Should we slice?
Yes,
I want
we
to try
should.
that too. I want to try
I'm
that
not
too.
gonna lie,
Where's
the
the-
cake with the 7-Up in it is decent.
Get a bag of rocks. You gonna throw rocks?
that pound cake.
Wow. Man. So
Good, right?
All right, well, let me try the 7-Up cake. All right, let's try it. Let's see if
There
for
you
real.
go.
Okay.
Don't they look almost identical?
They are, but this one's a little bit layer.
No.
They're really good. What? I'm sorry.
Tell the truth and shame.
Isn't it fluffy
Don't
and
tell the
light?
truth.
It's really,
Okay, so
really
I
good.
overcooked this one.
No, it's just,
But this one's gonna be
Tell the truth.
delicious.
Isn't it moist?
it's very good.
It's a decent cake. It's a decent cake.
I think they're both good.
It's okay.
Seriously? How
Okay.
do you put 7-Up in
All
a
right,
cake?
now that we've created this rift, let's do something that brings you both together, which is this beautiful
Wonderful.
Jello salad that I
So
understand
old
your
school.
mom. I love a Jello salad.
Yeah, me too.
I understand your mom used to make this, and I also understand that it has mayonnaise in it.
Yes.
Yes, it does.
But hardly any.
Okay, so there's your mom. Oh, she's so
I know.
My
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 mama.
mom.
Oh my gosh, gorgeous.
She used to make us our own
Look at
birthday
us.
cakes. Again, the cute one, looking at you, my sister.
Goodness.
She would make us our own cakes, and she loved to cook. And she made us huge cookbooks. She wrote
Yes.
down all of her
So
recipes.
she was not
shared all of her
keeping
recipes.
anything from
No,
you
no,
guys.
No,
She
no.
wanted to make sure that you carried that along. Oh shoot,
She
I'm
taught
trying to
us
get
how to
this out
cook.
right now so we can all
Yeah.
try it because it's so pretty.
Whoops.
This is a. Oops, sorry.
But taste it so good.
Taste it.
Okay.
So every Christmas, the family comes up usually up to our house.
Yeah.
And every year I ask Janice to make this salad because she makes it every year for the holidays.
I
And
love
I
that.
think you and I are the only ones who actually eat it.
Actually,
Can I come?
my kids ask. They ask, "Where's your Jello salad?" And that's
My
what I
kids
make.
won't eat it.
That's what I make.
That
every
is
year.
delicious.
I know, isn't it so good?
And it reminds me of
Spoon.
my childhood, and I didn't even grow up with you.
What'd you say?
Spoon.
You like this?
Yeah, thank you.
Love it.
You love the Jello salad.
Once I got the mayonnaise
yes.
image out of my mind.
But it really tastes like pineapple.
I can't taste
yes,
any
yes.
mayonnaise. It
Nope.
just tastes creamy. I'm eating this whole thing. It's just so
Really
good.
It's my favorite.
I like it too, and it looks like the Italian flag, which I like too.
It's like dessert, right?
Yeah.
But you know what's really good?
This
If
is
you want to
good.
do this at the 4th of July,
Yeah.
you could do this in 4th of July colors if you
Perfect.
wanted to.
Because Jello's Jello at the end of the day.
Jello's Jello.
Jello's Jello. But we always do this at Christmas.
Thank you both so much for being here. That was so much
Thanks.
fun. These twins are also
great, right?
She's
Awesome.
amazing.
There's so much love in the house.
I love it. And guess what? They are graciously sharing their grandma's
Yeah.
pound cake recipe
It's
with
kind of
you
a
all,
mess.
plus the Jello salad and the 7-Up cake. Is that okay?
Yes, and it's
Okay.
okay if you like the 7-Up cake better. It's fine.
You're going to get all the recipes from our show today online, or you can just text the word cookbook to 206-448-4545 and we'll send it straight to you. Man, what a way to kick off this special, or should I say, cook off this special edition of New Day, Cooking with King 5. But the fun and food is only getting started. Later in the show, our own meteorologist, Rich Marriott, is playing bartender as he whips up his Hawaiian-inspired cocktails. But up next, King 5 noon anchor Christine Pei is cooking lunch with a noodle dish that honors her Korean heritage. I can't wait. Stay with us. Welcome back to our King 5 cooking special. I am spending the entire hour in the kitchen with some of my favorite colleagues. They're showing me how to make some of their favorite dishes. And up next is one of my very favorite people in this entire building, anchor Christine Pei. Thank you for coming, my friend.
Thank you for having me. This is so exciting.
We spent a lot of time in the makeup room together because I'm ending my day. You're beginning your anchoring of the noon show. So I am so excited to share in something that means a lot to you. So what are we making today?
So it's called japchae. It's a Korean noodle dish. I'm Korean American, so this is just one example of a whole world of Korean dishes. And I'm very obsessed with Korean food. I grew up eating it, and now that I'm cooking a lot more, I've been cooking a lot of it too. So here we are. We're going to try it out.
And so this dish is, okay, this is the beef. How do you
Yeah.
prepare the beef?
Okay, so in the beef, I already seasoned it for thyme, but there's soy sauce, sesame oil, some sugar, that's also an essential ingredient, black pepper, and some garlic.
And
so
is
we can
that
get
garlic?
that started.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'll get this in the pan right now. And this dish, is it more like a comfort food dish? Like when do you serve this dish?
So it's a very, if we're talking about Korean food, this is very basic.
Yeah.
Korean families, they know this dish. You can have it for dinner, you can have it for lunch, but it also really show up in a lot of parties, like
Yeah.
wedding banquets,
Oh,
that
okay.
kind of stuff. This recipe that we're making is a very basic form of it.
Okay.
Japchae basically means mixed vegetables, and then there's some noodles in
Okay,
it.
so the veggies. So let's get started while this is cooking. Because
Yeah.
this meat seems pretty thin. What kind of meat is this?
It could just be any kind of thinly sliced beef. It's sort
Okay.
of like, if you're familiar, bulgogi style
Bulgogi,
beef.
yeah, mhm.
So I'm going to increase the heat a little bit.
Yeah.
We need to hear a little bit more sizzle.
We need more
here.
sizzle in
so
here.
we're gonna heat it up.
Let's
So in the
sizzle it up.
meantime,
Okay.
let me show you this, Amity. This is the noodle, and this is the dry version. It's tangmyeon, which is, I mean, you can call it glass noodles because after they're cooked, they look a lot like glass noodles.
These are
They're
sweet
kinda
potato
clear.
vermicelli, though, right?
Yes, exactly. That's a good way to put it, like starch from sweet potato. So anyway, I'll just dump it in this bowl.
Okay. And these actually, I've cooked with these before, and it's tricky.
Yeah.
You don't need to boil these. These like go in the pan and come out pretty quick, right?
You do need to boil it for some time, but
Okay.
it is a pretty
Pretty quick.
quick cook.
Yeah,
It's not
okay.
like pasta. Yeah.
All right, gotcha.
Okay, so I'm putting in some
Grilled onions?
sautéed onions.
Oh, sautéed onions.
In like white oil. It's very
Okay.
simple.
All right.
I'm putting here shiitake mushrooms. It can really be any kind of mushroom.
Okay.
I love shiitake. It has a great flavor, a lot of umami. So we have all this prepped and ready. Some julienne carrots for color. You can also use, if you have anything you have in your house, you could use bell pepper if you want.
Okay. I
And
like
then-
carrots, though, because they don't hurt the tum-tums.
Carrots are great. It's
All right.
everyone's favorite. And then some blanched spinach.
All right.
Also some garlic. So how's the beef doing?
Oh, sorry, I was paying attention. The beef- oh.
I'm wondering.
Beef
like,
is good.
okay,
Beef
we gotta-
is fine.
Yeah, the beef
is fine. Don't look. Stop.
Don't look. Oh, here we go. Is it? Okay, is this the right burner? Okay.
Yeah,
we
I
got
forgot you
All
turned
right,
it
we
up
got
a bit. Okay, everything's fine.
Okay.
Everything's fine. The beef is fine. All right, and so once you get all that together, you mix it in.
Yeah, so I'm gonna prep this too. So as that's cooking, actually, all those ingredients on your side, if you can hand me
yeah,
those, and
okay.
we'll talk about each one.
So soy sauce.
which
Okay.
is essential in a lot of different Korean dishes, and
Okay.
then I'll just pour that in.
Okay.
Good
And
amount.
I like that she eyes it.
Yeah.
And then my favorite, sesame oil.
Sesame oil, which honestly, it's a very strong oil. If you've ever cooked with sesame oil, I mean, you add just honestly drops of it and it just transforms your whole dish. So
Okay,
it's a beautiful ingredient. Okay, so I'll put that in.
I love sesame oil. The more the better for me.
Yeah.
Then we've got California garlic.
We can have some fresh
Representing.
garlic, but honestly, if you don't have fresh garlic and you have garlic powder in the house, this works beautifully. This
All
is
right.
a good substitute.
I like that you're not snobby about that.
Yeah.
Some chefs are like,
I know,
"How
right?
dare you?
You have to use
How
fresh.
dare you?"
So Amity, I want to show you these really cool gloves. This is a kind of a household staple in Korean families.
Okay.
It's plastic, very sanitary. You don't have to get your hands all messed up, so I'm going to put them on.
I should be using those to make meatballs. Those are
right?
genius.
Oh, these
okay.
are perfect for meatballs. So I'm
Okay.
just going to get in here and mix it up.
Get up in there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like I said, these are celebration
Yeah.
noodles, but you can eat them cold, you can eat them warmed up, anything, what have you.
Speaking of celebration,
Yeah.
I'm going to show you all this adorable picture of you and your mom. It's just because your hands together, it's just giving family vibes. It's just giving love. Tell us about, do you cook these kind of special dishes on special occasions?
Definitely, certainly this one, this dish that we're making, the noodles, japchae,
Yeah.
but what you just saw a picture of right there,
Yeah.
that's something called kalbichim, which is a braised beef, and those are, a lot of times in birthday celebrations.
Yeah.
So my mom made that for me for my birthday,
Aw,
and it was
just
so
recently?
good. It was so delicious.
Oh, I
it
love it.
It was really great.
Okay, I think our beef is done, girl.
Okay, yeah, okay, let's put it in.
All right, put it in here.
Yes, all in here.
All right.
Oh my gosh,
And-
it smells great.
I know, it smells amazing. Can I put this all in there
You
with
know what?
the juice?
For the purposes of mixing it, I think we're good.
Okay,
Yeah, but
all
if you
right.
want to put the juices in at another time, perfect.
Okay, so
Yeah.
you don't have to take it out. You can dump it all in, is what I'm saying.
You totally can.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
There's a lot of prep in this dish, but you know
Right.
what? Once it's all prepped, you just mix everything together and it's ready to go.
Do you feel like with a lot of Korean food, that's the way it is? It's just a lot of prep.
It could, because we eat a lot of vegetables too, so
Yeah.
that makes sense. Okay, so that's that. That's how
Okay.
you did it, but we have it already prepared, all
By the
ready
magic
to go.
of TV.
Yes.
All right, here, I'll give you a fork, my
Okay,
friend.
let's try it. Let's try it.
I'm excited. Oh, this looks so good. And I love mushrooms. I just love everything about this dish. And if you're gluten-free, this is a great gluten-free dish. Here
Yeah.
you go.
Oh yeah,
I'll
the
let you
noodles
have
are
that.
really long. Okay. It's also really nutritious. It's not low fat. There's it's good for you. So
All right, have your bite of that because I'm eating the rest of that for lunch. That is delicious. Oh, thank you
Oh my
so
gosh.
much for
Oh, of
sharing
course.
this. Thank you for sharing.
my pleasure.
Your history, your culture, all the things, and always your kindness. It is always such a pleasure to be with you and work with you.
Thank you for having me.
Anytime.
You
All
can
right.
make this doable.
Doable. Go make it today. And don't go away because up next we have recreated some of the recipes from the original King 5 cookbook. It is vintage from the early 90s, including shrimp puff? Well, we'll explain when we come back. Welcome back to our King 5 cooking show, which was all inspired by this fabulous cookbook made in the 1990s. Yes, and it was also brought to you by mayonnaise. And a lot of these recipes were heavily inspired by mayonnaise. And now we've got a few more dishes, and I want to invite Susie, Rebecca, and Derek, who all chose recipes from the cookbook.
Right.
Although, Rebecca, you all chose something that didn't have mayonnaise. However, Joseph did. He chose Barry Judge's shrimp mousse.
I can't.
Barry,
Thanks,
what
Barry,
were you
but no.
thinking? But that was an absolute delight. We've obviously dressed that
That's
up.
a blast from the past.
Yeah.
So, Rebecca, what did you make since you hate mayonnaise?
So thank you, Lori Matsukawa, for your simple somen noodle recipe. Somen noodles are they're like thin angel hair pasta. There's a lot of sesame oil in this one, but I
Smells
think
good.
it's, and I've never seen the egg strips.
It looks delicious.
Yeah.
That is cool. Egg strips.
It
All
smells
right.
really good.
Derek, what did you make?
Rich Marriott's crispy, cheesy fish. It was good this morning. I added a couple things.
You made it this morning?
Yep, a couple things myself. Some Old Bay and pepper. I think it was pretty
Dude, that's good.
Thank you.
Oh.
I
How'd
tried.
you
Did you add to it? Because
All
Old
right.
Bay, was that in there?
No, it wasn't in there.
Susie,
I
what did
added
you
it,
make?
I made
Blasphemy.
Jeff Renner's, as you can see, ice cream pie.
Ooh, okay. Oh, yeah, she even did the famous Jeff Renner
Glasses
thing.
thing.
This
do you
also.
Okay, I
It
need
looks
this.
great.
have-
I can't wait to
There's
eat
no
this.
mayonnaise in this, I hope.
Ice
It's
cream
in the whipped
pie.
cream. It's in the whipped cream.
Mayonnaise in this at all, folks. None at all.
Whipped cream, ice cream pie.
It had
As
a
you, ooh,
moment.
God, that's
in
good.
1990s, it had a moment, but I think maybe we should bring it back,
Is this
right?
a crust?
Should be.
All right.
It's a chocolate crust and then vanilla ice cream, chocolate ice cream.
Kudos to Lori, Jeff, and Rich because these are absolutely delicious. And we're gonna have these recipes, even these ones online, right, Spence? Yeah. So you can make them yourself, including the shrimp mousse.
No.
No.
Well done, friends. And done with the old and back to the new recipes, that is. We'll be back after this with Jessica Jenner Castro. I'm gonna stop eating.
This is New Day Northwest.
And welcome back to this special edition of New Day Northwest, where we are spending the hour in the kitchen cooking with some of our favorite peeps from the King 5 newsroom. Now, up next, the ever glamorous and insanely intelligent and talented evening news anchor with Brazilian roots. Welcome to the kitchen, Jessica Jenner Castro. Thanks for being here, sweet friend.
Oh, what an intro.
I aim to please. I aim to please. So I want to talk about what we're making because this is a really important recipe to you, right?
Yeah, it's called brigadeiro, and it's a Brazilian sweet treat, a little dessert that's really popular at parties. So especially kids' parties, almost in place of a brownie. So it's something we bring to parties, and I would make it a lot of times with my parents when I was little.
Oh, is that why it's so nostalgic to you?
Yeah, we would spend a lot of time in the kitchen making brigadeiros and rolling them out. So I hope you're ready to get a little.
Look at you with your little
I
bow in your
know,
hair.
that's me and my mom. So this is something that we
cute.
would always do in the kitchen, and
There's your
it's
dad. And let me say it, brigadeiros.
fun. Brigadeiro.
Okay, well, I'm not going to say it like that. So let's just get started. How do we get started?
This is a really, really easy recipe. There's
Okay.
only 3 ingredients.
Oh, okay.
So we've got butter, condensed milk, and a little bit of cocoa powder. And you can
Alright.
actually do different flavors, but today we're gonna make a chocolate, the classic brigadeiro.
Okay. Sometimes
And-
I feel like when someone says there's only 3 flavors, it's easy. Then that's when it isn't good. So let's
Yeah,
get started. So
so
the butter goes first.
The butter goes in. We're going to turn
How
the
much?
saucepan to very low. So that's
Okay.
part of the secret here. So just, we've cut it into 1 tablespoon cube. So just one.
Okay, just
Yep.
one.
And it's
Okay.
going to start to melt a little bit.
All right.
And then we're going to put this guy in. So this is the condensed milk.
Condensed milk
Yeah.
is also sweetened because you can get unsweetened condensed milk, I think, too, right?
Yeah, so we're going to do sweetened. And I'm actually going to let you do the bulk of the work because it is pretty easy.
Okay.
But it's labor intensive. So the recipe itself is easy. So we're going to put this
But
in.
the technique is not necessarily.
The technique is not
needs a
necessarily.
little Brazilian flair.
Yeah, so you need a lot of love and a lot of patience.
I love that.
Okay, so I'm going to have you stir
Okay.
and don't stop stirring. That's
okay.
the key to this whole thing.
Oh, okay. Don't stop. Don't stop.
So it's
stirring.
kind of an arm workout.
Okay, it's all right. You're used to that because I don't know if y'all know, but our girl here, Jessica, is like a tennis star.
I don't have very much upper body strength.
Yeah,
but
you do. You
this is
wield
good.
that tennis racket around.
This is good practice. Don't stop.
All right. Oh, don't stop.
Yeah. So the thing is, it can burn really easily, which is why we have it on a very low setting.
Should I be doing it at a rapid pace?
No, you can kind of go
Is
at
this
like
good?
just a steady, leisurely
Okay,
pace.
I'm less steady and leisurely.
And make sure that butter melts.
That butter
and
is not
here's
melting.
another trick. You can kind of just dump the cocoa in, but we're gonna do it with
gonna
this
get fancy
sieve.
on me?
Yeah. And so keep going.
Okay.
And this will kind of help it so it doesn't clump up.
Okay.
So we're gonna do this. Put
This
this
is
in
so
here.
cool. I have a question. Since
Sure.
we're talking about celebrations, my friend just celebrated something. Her wedding. I'm sorry, I'm stirring. Congratulations. What a beautiful celebration.
Thank you.
The most beautiful bride I've ever seen.
Oh, you're so sweet. Yeah,
It's the
just a
truth,
few
Ruth.
months ago. So this is perfect because we can celebrate eating lots of condensed milk. It's not the healthiest recipe. Okay, I'm gonna just dump the rest
Just
in
dump
here.
the rest in there because
All right.
I'm pretty good now. Oh my gosh, it does get a little thicker when you
Yeah.
add that cocoa.
Yeah.
So you want to get in there, right?
Yeah.
Get up in there. Okay. So how long do I do this for?
Okay, so we're not gonna do this on TV here, but you're gonna do
doing
this for
good, though. Check this
10
out.
minutes.
You proud of me?
I'm very proud of you. And what we're doing is we're thickening it, right?
Okay. All right. So through the magic of TV, we have here.
Yeah, we got a little messy here.
We had created it. Okay.
Yeah, so
that's
I
what
wanna-
it's supposed to look like.
This is what it's gonna look like in the pan when we spend 10 minutes doing it.
Ooh, wow, look at that. Okay.
And,
then
what's
going
gonna happen is like it's gonna be very easy to pick up.
Okay.
And it's not going to, like when you make a line through the center, which is important, it's
Yeah.
not going to get back together.
Okay.
So once this is all like very
So not too liquidy.
not too liquidy, yeah.
More of a viscous.
Yes.
texture.
And so you want it to just kind of plop
Okay.
off of your spatula.
And then you put it on a plate covered in saran wrap or plastic
Yeah.
wrap.
You can also just put it on the plate. That's no big deal.
Okay.
But this is going to be easier to store.
Okay.
So we'll put it on the plate, and then
Okay.
what we'll do is we'll kind of like wrap it nicely.
All right, I'll wrap it nicely.
Okay.
So wrap it in like a log type of formation?
Yeah.
Okay. And how long does this refrigerate for?
So you want to let it cool completely, and you can cool it on the counter at room temperature, or if you're a little bit impatient like me, you can just throw it in the refrigerator.
Okay.
And you want to just let it cool completely because we're going to work on it with our hands, and so
right.
you don't want it to be too hot.
Okay, so I'll put this in the fridge. And ooh la la, what do we have here? We have two that are ready to go.
Yeah.
So there's two colors.
Yeah.
You have made us here.
Yes.
And the chocolate.
Yes.
Okay.
So the chocolate is the brigadeiro, and that is
Okay.
that's the name
So
of
this
it.
is not called the brigadeiro.
Yeah, it's a different variation. A lot
Okay.
of times you hear them called branquinhos, which means little white ones.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. I could get behind that.
Yeah, and this one
right.
does not have any cocoa in it, obviously. But you could put a little bit of vanilla if you wanted to. You could also put some white chocolate in it.
Okay.
But I would recommend putting white chocolate in at the very end because you don't want to
All
burn
right.
the chocolate.
So how do we get started?
Okay, so now we're gonna get a little messy.
Okay. Ooh,
You
we're getting a
can
little
put
messy.
on plastic gloves, but this is how I did it with my mom when
Okay.
I was little.
Do
So
we need to take our rings off?
no, I'm just gonna leave
Okay,
mine on.
all right.
So okay, so you go ahead and grab a little bit of butter.
Okay.
Well, let's open this first. Actually, I'll do
All right.
this.
Open that.
We're gonna put butter on our hands, and then
Okay.
we're gonna roll it into balls.
Is that good?
This is the fun part. When
I
you're-
like it, okay.
When you're a kid, this is what you look forward to doing.
Okay.
So I always say this is a great recipe for families.
Okay.
So you can just take a little spoonful and put it in your hand.
Okay. All
Yep.
right.
And then you're gonna roll it into a little ball.
I should have taken my ring off. All right, and then what?
And then you're gonna dip it into the chocolate sprinkles that we have. We're gonna put chocolate sprinkles on the chocolate ones, and we're gonna put coconut flakes on the white ones if I can
love
open
this.
this. Yeah, so it's really fun.
Would you mind sharing a little bit about your connection to your Brazilian heritage as I continue to make these brigadeiros with you?
Yeah, oh, you're getting better at saying it.
Thank you. This takes a little bit.
Yeah, so I was born in Brazil, in Rio de Janeiro, and you know, just a lot of Brazilian culture at home. My parents met in Brazil. My dad's actually not from Brazil, but they met in college in Brazil, and so we all speak Portuguese and we all speak Spanish because my dad's from
Wow.
Central America.
Okay.
And so, yeah, we make a lot of Brazilian food at home. Like I said, I was born in Brazil, and we go back fairly often, as often as we can.
How fun do you go back for festival or?
For Carnival?
Carnival?
No, because we don't typically go during that time of the year. It's kind of a
It's
zoo.
too busy.
It's
Okay.
Kind, yeah, it's kind of
Look
busy.
how lovely you look there on your beaches
Yeah,
and
that's-
having fun.
That is Copacabana Beach, which is one of the famous beaches there in Rio de Janeiro.
All right. Well, I want to try this. Okay. Can I try one?
Go ahead. Yes. So I made some Brazilian ones with blue, yellow, and green sprinkles. I made some patriotic USA ones too with red, white, and blue.
All right. I got to try the coconut one real quick too before we. Okay. Here we go.
And so, yeah,
Oh gosh, these are delicious.
they're yummy, right?
They're like brownies, but better, like you said. They're just so yummy.
They're easy to
Melt
make.
in your mouth. I could eat a million of these. That's not good. Well, if you want to eat a million of these, you're welcome because Jessica is sharing her recipe for brigadeiros.
Brigadeiros.
In fact, you can get all the recipes from our show today online. Just text the word cookbook to 206-448-4545 and we'll send it right to you. All right. Well, we've been rolling our brigadeiros, but now, up next, we're going to be rolling cheesy chicken enchiladas with the morning news team. It's a simple but delicious recipe you'll want to keep in for any weeknight dinner. Stay with us. Welcome back to New Day Northwest. We have been cooking with our on-air King 5 family all morning. But there are lots of people who are working so hard behind the scenes to make this TV magic happen every day. And that brings me to my next guest, King 5 morning news producer, Brianna Vasquez. Thank you so much for being here.
Of course, I'm so happy to be here.
I am excited. So what are we making?
So today we are making my famous enchiladas.
Ooh.
They're my favorite thing to bring to any party, any gathering, and it's a great way.
Have you brought them to the newsroom before?
I have.
Yeah, and I didn't get told. We're on the other side of the building.
Them today.
It's okay, we're
You
getting
get
them today. All right, so how do we get started?
So you'll heat up a pan.
Okay.
And put oil. So we start with tortillas. So grab a tortilla.
Okay, corn tortillas, right?
Yep, corn
White
tortillas.
or yellow, does it matter?
Either
Okay,
works great. And then the key is you're making it like movable.
Right.
So you're softening the tortilla.
Right, and so, because when you buy they fold over, they crumble, it's not so great. Okay, so as we're letting that warm up, okay, that's already warm. You want me to take one too?
Yeah, absolutely. Usually I do 3 at a time, and then you're kind of just watching them.
Okay, this one needs a little more love.
Yes.
All right, so after you heat it up.
Then comes the fun part.
Okay.
You'll do sauce red
first.
or green.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
And you do I'll do 2 spoonfuls of sauce.
Okay.
And then.
And this is just enchilada sauce you bought at the grocery store.
Yes.
Green.
Just La Palmas.
Okay.
My favorite one.
That's the best one.
Yeah, green, red. I usually do half and half.
Okay.
And then I sprinkle chicken.
Oh. And this is rotisserie chicken that you just pulled off of a rotisserie chicken.
The key is you have to make your life easier.
I'm putting more oil down.
Perfect. So we do rotisserie chicken. I do shredded cheese.
Yeah.
And one day I will make sauce.
I forgot. So, okay. Now, red sauce is my side, so...
Green sauce is my side.
Okay, so red sauce.
Perfect.
Chicken. Is that enough chicken?
Yes.
Okay, and then cheese.
Yep. Just like a sprinkle. It's a sprinkle of everything. It's like a
sprinkle of everything.
A spoonful and a sprinkle.
Okay, and so then we're just putting in here.
Yep.
And then we're gonna layer this?
Yes.
Okay.
So you layer. That's for me. That what makes it like the yummiest.
Yeah.
Is all the good flavors mixed together.
All layered. Okay. I'm gonna do this one. So tell me, where did you learn this? I understand your family has a Mexican restaurant in Los Angeles?
Yes. We have Mexican restaurants in Orange County and Inland Empire, Miguel's and Miguel's Jr. So I've been working in the restaurant business my whole life, previous to working in news. And that's just the way my family expresses love. Like I say,
food.
Cooking is my other love language. I have a big family.
Is that them right there?
Yes, that is my wonderful family. And my mom always taught me how cooking growing up, and so did my grandma. And those are my grandparents. They're the ones who started the restaurant business.
I understand you used to cook with your grandparents too.
Yes, I still, every time I get the opportunity to go home, I visit with my grandma, and she always teaches me her recipes, and this is one of them.
You still have your abuela?
Yes.
Oh, that's so beautiful.
So she is the best. She's my #1 cheerleader.
Your whole family is great. Your mom's a knockout, so hey, I mean.
Thank you.
Hi, Mom.
Hi, Mom.
So I worked in morning news for many years, actually about 10 years before I came here. It's a tough business. I used to get in at 3:30 in the morning. Everyone's like, how early do you get in? 3:30. Guess what time she gets in?
11 p.m.
11 o'clock at night. You might be watching The Late Show, and she's coming to work to put it all together, which I've always thought is such an amazing thing to do. And you know what? When you're getting up that early, do you have enchiladas for breakfast? Which is actually your lunch
sometimes? My 3 a.m. breakfast does involve enchiladas. And I just think of it, that's other people's lunch.
Yeah. And enchiladas, I think is it kind of like lasagna is better like the day after?
Yes.
So
it's better after it's sat for a little bit.
Yeah.
I like to cook it.
Yeah.
And then, but not all the way. So not when like you melt the cheese,
Yeah.
but then when you know you want to serve it, you let it crisp over, and that's the key.
Okay. Should you turn on the broiler?
I do a little bit at the very end.
Okay, all right. So let's actually finish this. Let's just pretend like we're finishing this now. So let's say we've got this all filled up. So then
The key
is the sauce.
More sauce, the merrier.
Okay.
So I'll have you put that last guy in there.
Let's just say that's where it goes.
So the key is, my mom always told me, don't skimp all the sauce.
Okay.
Like even the sides.
You want to make sure the sauce gets in the.
See,
Oh
okay.
yeah, so it
This is
doesn't
what
get
we
dry
do.
or sticky.
This
huh?
makes it faster.
Oh yeah, just get it on
You
in there.
just spread sauce everywhere.
Okay. Let me put these last two in here so we can just get those started.
And then.
And then you would cover it in cheese.
Yes.
And then bake it for how long?
You bake it on 400 for 20 minutes.
Okay.
And then sometimes, depending on how much, like if I want it crispy or I don't, or I'm not going to serve it right away, then I'll leave it in for a little bit longer.
Okay. So you just like let it kind of slow and slow?
Yep.
All right. And then again, to get the crispiness on top, you broil it. I didn't know if that you did that because I know with like my lasagna, I like to do that, but I don't know with the enchilada if you want to do that as well. So that's amazing. All right, let's finish these up. And tell me really quickly before I let you go, do you make your own guacamole?
I do.
So what is the secret to your guacamole?
So the secret is a dash of milk.
Milk?
Yes. So I don't do a ton of dairy as I eat cheese. Cheese is the exception.
I don't either. Yep.
So I'll do a little bit of almond milk or oat milk, just like a splash. So I do salt, pepper, onion powder, and then a splash of milk. And then the key is once you're serving, you have to leave the pit of one avocado inside, and that's how you keep it from going brown.
Right. That's a great tip. I've always heard that, which is so important. All right, lady, I'm serving you up right now. I might actually, here, hold on. You want me to put a little bit on top here?
Delicious.
There you go. There's
you.
that. And there's mine. Hey, thank you so much for teaching us. Cheers. This is awesome. Oh. Okay. This is so good, girl.
That's good.
I
could eat this for breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
I could eat this all the time. This is breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And you know what? It's like comfort food.
Yes.
And you know what? It's also really pretty kind of healthy.
Yeah.
It's not like, I mean, there's some
clean,
cheese on top.
simple
but-
ingredients.
And there's chicken, there's corn. It's great.
Yeah. And it's easy to make, and you can get people involved. So you have people come over, and people want to help, and you kind of do an assembly line. Like, you do tortillas, you do chopping. Yeah, it's a party.
Thank you, my lady.
Of course, I'm so happy to be here.
All right, when we come back, we're sticking with the morning news team. Meteorologist Rich Marriott is here to play bartender and mix up a few drinks. Stay with us.
This is New Day Northwest.
Welcome back to the show. You know, we've had so much fun cooking all morning long. But after all this delicious food and all my hard work, it's time to relax with a few cocktails. And believe me, there is only one mixologist who I want making my drinks, and that is the guy that most of you know as meteorologist Rich Marriott. But here at King 5, we know him as the king of hosting parties. He and his queen, Emily, are known for their fabulous soirees and Rich's incredible bartending skills. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Though we should, I mean, there's a caveat there in the fact that one of the reasons she likes me to be a bartender is that your house is within walking distance of my house.
I like that because I just walk right home.
Exactly.
But I love this theme here. I feel like we're in Hawaii.
Well, we are essentially, and you know, our Hawaiian weather's coming soon, and so to put you in the mood, when you come to the island, you have to be greeted, and there you go. And now, you know, we should have the music to really complete this. And
I love it.
Maybe a tiki torch.
Let's talk about Hawaii because I know that is your happy place. You all go and for like a couple times a year if you can, right?
Yeah, usually we can only afford once a year, but yeah, so we stay a long time when we go.
And there you are, happy as a clam. Look at how cute. I love these photos, but there's nothing I love more than Rich's famous mojito. Actually, my favorite drink you make is a G&T. He makes the best gin and tonic. I don't know what he does, but
quick and easy.
It's quick and easy, and it's so good. But your mojito, I don't think the man ever gets to sit down at parties because we're like, oh, I'll have another one. I'll have another one. So let's get started. How do we?
I don't get the hangover the next day. That's the good news. There's a couple of things. First of all, I learned how to make a mojito essentially from Casa del Mojito, which about 15 years ago they were voted one of the 4 best places in the United States to get a mojito, which is, it's now Mojito Seattle, which is right up on Lake City Way.
Okay.
Great food along with this. But they took me after, I was there a lot, so they took me in the back finally and showed me how to do it. There's a couple of keys to it. One of the keys is making a special simple syrup.
Okay.
Where you actually make simple syrup and at the same time you put in lime and you also put in mint. And it really infuses a lot more flavor into it.
Okay, gotcha.
And then the other one is to have really, really good lime. And I looked for that for a long time.
Really?
And
Mint, you mean?
Mint, did I say? Yeah, mint.
You said lime. It's
and
okay.
I haven't had anything yet this one. Yeah,
drinking
seriously.
yet.
So, yeah, and I found some down at an elementary school in Portland when we were out for a walk one day. They had this like wild patch of it, and I smelled it from a distance. And I went over and dug up a little thing, and that strain now covers much of my backyard.
You dug up someone's mint and...
Well, it's
all right,
school-
well, we appreciate
it's a
it.
weekend.
Hey.
School was out. So
now you're muddle it all together.
So we've already gotten started. We take a whole lime, cut it into quarters.
Okay.
And then we muddle it, which we've kind of done already. We can give it a little bit more here, just kind of work. The mint is in there as well, so I'm putting that in.
Okay,
So
and
at
you've already
least-
added a little simple syrup too, right?
I have not done the simple
Oh,
syrup yet.
okay.
That's an important item. If you'll pass me that
Yes.
cup right there.
Right here.
There we go.
Where is it?
Oh, it's the shot glass right
sorry,
there.
the
There
shot
we go.
glass.
Yes.
We swear we haven't been drinking.
We've never worked together before.
I know.
Okay.
All right.
So
And I
put
love
about
that you
half
make
ounce of
that and
this.
just stick it in a water bottle.
Oh yeah, it works well. Okay, and then in the refrigerator, I also put a little rum in it too, so it doesn't spoil.
Yes.
Okay. And you can smell that.
Oh, that smells amazing.
Doesn't that smell amazing?
That's
well,
why
let's put
it's
a little
so
bit more in
good.
there just in case,
Throw
because
a
it
little
already,
more, you know,
it already
when
has a
you're
little
going,
rum in it. That'll kind of add to it.
Who
You know,
can
that's
say?
good. Exactly. And then, I mean, once you get going here, it's pretty simple.
Okay.
And then add in a little
Bacardi rum.
Bacardi rum. White rum is good.
Okay.
There we go.
Like maybe, ooh.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, this is when
It
this
took me
gets
actually.
serious.
It took me 2 tries to learn to do this because the first time they took me in the back, I couldn't remember what they said. So it's, you know,
It's a hazard.
it says something about it, but it's it's great. So
it's
there
all
we
good.
go. We get that in there.
Okay.
There we go. And I really, when I make cocktails, I really like to research them. I mean, that's where I come up with a lot of these things that I do.
Yeah.
Okay, now we just add the ice in here.
All right. Someone handed me this Sprite. Do we need this?
This is going to go in just a second.
Oh, okay. I didn't know.
Miss. I'm just fascinated. These look like little cork stoppers for a wine bottle.
It's our fancy ice here at New Day.
It's a classy
New
wine
Day
bottle.
ice.
There we go. There we go. Plenty of ice. I'd add a little bit more if we weren't on television, but there we go.
Okay.
It's very important.
Perfect.
And then the Sprite.
All right.
And you can use either Sprite Zero if you're trying to make it a little bit less sweet. You can also control it with a simple syrup.
Okay.
And then that, and then we just take a long bar spoon.
Okay. Oh, man.
And muddle it.
Get it all in there.
I wash my hands, just so you know. So.
Even if you did, alcohol kills germs, right?
That's what I hear. I'm still here, so it's a good chance that it does. So here we go. Alrighty.
Okay.
There we go. And then you should really
just garnish it with a little
just
mint.
garnish. I do a little. There you go.
Okay. All right. Let me try. I mean, I don't even need to try this because I know. Ooh.
Is it in the range of what we normally do?
Yeah.
Ah.
Oh, that's so good. All right.
So-
I'm going to talk about your food real quick while you start making this Mai Tai.
Okie dokie.
So one of the things I love is that your wife, Emily, you're the master of the mixology, but beautiful Emily always makes the best food, and she makes a Kahlua pork so that we have something to eat while we're drinking. And I have
Good
to say,
move.
she made some, just dropped it off this morning, and it's so good. It's like a pulled pork. It's the best thing, and this is exactly what you need when you're, and it's salty.
It is.
And it mixes well with the mojito.
Has
I
no
could not be
calories
happier.
whatsoever.
None. All of this is calorie free, right?
Absolutely. So step
Oh
one.
my gosh, I gotta stop eating. It's so good though. Okay, so the Mai Tai.
The Mai Tai. So this is the Trader Vic Mai Tai, the original one. It's not like a Mai Tai that you normally get, which has
Okay.
orange juice and pineapple juice. Those are not supposed to actually be in it. Those, the only fruit juice that should be in there is lime juice.
Okay.
And so that's what we've.
That's interesting.
this-
That's good to know. And you said original Trader Vic's, which was famous tiki restaurant bar in Hollywood, in Beverly Hills.
No, actually in Oakland. You're thinking of Don the Beachcombers, who he allegedly stole this from. So, but
You
they are
don't
different. They are
say.
basically
All
different
right.
recipes.
Okay.
Let's see. We've got that and that. We need our lime juice.
Okay. Lime juice. Oh,
Okay.
yeah. Okay. And while you finish that, I'm going to try this third one here, which I think
Okay.
I've had at your house before, but I can't
You
quite
have.
remember. because it is called the final word, and I think that's for a reason.
It can be.
Oh, and it smells so good. It's got Bombay Sapphire Gin. It's got maraschino liqueur, as well as iris liqueur, which is something I didn't even realize. And you had to bring from your own bar because we couldn't find it anywhere.
It's around. It's because I couldn't find chartreuse. I made a new drink, as it turned out.
Oh, you made this drink. Okay. Yeah. And you say you garnish it with these lovely cherries?
Yes.
As you know, those are my favorite. Woo! That is delicious. Oh my gosh, I don't know you've made me this before because I love cherries. This is so good.
Isn't that? Yeah, it is.
Okay,
this
is what I'm ordering at Casa Marriott next time.
You guys bought good cherries, so so you dirty pour this Mai Tai in here, which has several different syrups in it.
Okay, dirty pour means you don't strain it.
You don't strain it. You put it in there. You add. This represents an island.
Oh, that's a little island.
This represents a palm tree.
Oh.
And that is a Mai Tai.
Oh my gosh!
Give that a try.
Thank you,
Try
Richie.
the Mai Tai. I think that's our.
Oh my gosh, that's so good.
Good. They all have histories.
That's good. Richie, you're the best. Thank you so much. Oh, we love you. You are such a gift to all of us. And anytime you get invited to one of his parties, you know it's going to be a blast. And it has been a blast cooking with my King 5 family this morning. Plus, we got to meet Joyce Taylor's twin. How fun was that? And I can't wait to make some of these recipes, and I hope that you will too. So remember to get the entire King 5 recipe collection from the show, as well as the King 5 cookbook from decades ago. Just text the word cookbook to 206-448-4545, and we'll have the links online as well. All right, my friends, get out there and enjoy your new day. We'll see you next time. Cheers.
Some segments of New Day Northwest are paid for by these fine sponsors.